Hi, Charlie.
Christy, what's up? How are you?
Great, and you?
Doing great, thank you very much.
Great to see you again. Are you excited to be filming a cooking video today?
You know, I'm really excited to be filming a cooking video today, but first we need to grab ingredients from our urban garden.
You have an urban garden?
America House Kyiv has a beautiful urban garden space. It's got tomatoes, it's got basil, and it's also got Melissa. I think we're gonna skip the basil, we'll skip the tomatoes, we'll skip the Melissa, and I'm gonna grab 2 fresh ingredients from our garden, peanut butter and jelly. Let's go make some cookies.
Since you host film nights every Tuesday, what's your all-time favorite movie?
Ooh, all-time favorite movie has to be The Departed, directed by Martin Scorsese. It's a great crime movie set in Boston.
Morning person or night owl?
Ooh, I would say a combination of 2, but more of a morning person.
What's your favorite time of the day?
Favorite time of day is 5 o'clock on a Saturday.
Favorite song to sing in the shower?
Favorite song to sing in the shower would be Love Me 2 Times by The Doors.
What's your guilty pleasure?
I can't hear you over the mixer, Christia.
What's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure is not being able to hear you over the mixer.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs, definitely.
What's your favorite emoji?
Favorite emoji is the saluting emoji, without a doubt, as my colleagues are well aware of.
What's something you have always wanted to try but haven't?
I've never tried scuba diving, and I really, really want to.
What's the most adventurous thing you have done?
I moved to Ukraine during the war.
What's the most sentimental item in your home?
I have a family photo of myself, my mom, and my brother one of the last times I went to visit. It's quite important to me.
Growing up in Boston, what are your must-visit spots in the city?
Oh, I would say that a really underrated spot is Jamaica Pond. It's quite close to where I was living when I was working there in the pandemic. It's absolutely beautiful, especially at sunset.
What's the one phrase you say too often?
I can't remember the phrase. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. My colleagues hate it whenever they do an impression of me. It's just like, here's the thing, Charlie.
What's a regular day like for you at America House?
So usually I show up around noon. There's a bunch of trumpets and a band that's announcing my arrival. And then I sit in my desk and annoy my colleagues for like 3 to 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours. Then I have my first program at 5 o'clock. It's usually an online speaking club. Then I wait about an hour, and then we have like an in-person event. So that's either poetry in the garden, movie night, or have a speaking club on Wednesday.
What's the best thing about working here?
It would have to be my lovely colleagues and also the orange juice in the fridge.
If America House had a theme song, what would it be?
You know, it'd probably be the sound of this mixer.
What's a career moment you'll never forget?
Ooh, I remember when I was on my way back into Ukraine in 2023, and I got the email from our director saying that I was hired at America House and that I'd be moving back to Kyiv. That's probably the most unforgettable career moment that I can think of.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
I would say don't stress too much about the small things. That basically things are going to work out the way that they're going to work out, and we have very, very little control over that, so don't sweat the small stuff.
What's your biggest strength?
My biggest strength is probably my legs. I would say that I have really, really strong legs, but also my ability to communicate with people. And some people think I'm funny. I don't think my colleagues agree with me, but some people think I'm funny.
What's a skill you'd love to learn?
Ooh, I would love to learn how to properly horseback ride. I think that could be useful in the future.
What about hobby horsing?
I think I'd be a terrible hobby horser. I would prefer to ride a real horse, And I've seen those videos of hobby horsers, and I don't think I could compete.
Favorite Ukrainian holiday?
Favorite Ukrainian holiday is probably, День Незалежності.
How many Ukrainian cities have you visited so far?
Oh, I think I've visited about 10 Ukrainian cities. I've lost count, but I think I've visited 10 Ukrainian cities.
What advice would you give to someone considering coming to Ukraine?
I would say be really, really careful. It's not, in spite of what you might hear, it is still quite dangerous in places, but also make friends with people who are from here, right? You won't be able to experience Ukraine properly unless you actually make some friends with the local people. You're going to get all the best restaurant recommendations, bars, clubs, museums, beaches, whatever. Find a local.
Who inspires you the most?
Ooh, I mean, that would have to be, once again, either Martin Scorsese or my dad or my girlfriend. One of those three.
If you weren't doing what you do, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be sad. I'd probably be crying in a room somewhere. I don't know where, but yeah, probably be sad.
What's the best piece of advice you have ever received?
All right, this is a good one. So I remember maybe like 10, 15 years ago, I was talking to my grandfather who sadly passed away at the age of 94 earlier this year. And what he told me at that point was to never be afraid to put down a book that you're not enjoying. So I try to keep that with me, right? You know, it doesn't matter. I think it applies to books. I think it applies to a lot of things, that if you're not enjoying doing something, then don't do it. You're an adult.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Go-to karaoke song, I think at this point it might be Mr. Brightside. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Is it mixin' time? It's mixin' time? Let's go. I love the mixer. 'Cause I'm Mr. Brightside. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. Oh, you losing czerwona kalina. All right, so, Christia, what we're doing right now, we're going to take the dough that's right here. We're gonna separate it into 4 different bowls, and then we're gonna start preparing our 4 different crumble cookie flavors, all right? So I'm gonna separate these into equal parts. Na oko, I think is what my colleagues told me, how you call it in Ukrainian. So today we are going to be making a sort of classic chocolate chip crumble cookie. We're also gonna be making a matcha and white chocolate crumble cookie. My personal favorite, we're gonna be making peanut butter. I love peanut butter cookies. They're absolute gem. And then we're also gonna be making birthday cake flavored cookies. You know, honestly, much prefer eating them. The thing with peanut butter is that it really reminds me of home. You know, I used to love having peanut butter cookies, peanut butter cake, peanut butter ice cream, peanut butter flavored showers even were a real staple of my childhood. All right, so our preparation is done. These cookies are ready to go into the oven, but before they do that, they have to chill a little bit. They're gonna have to sit 4 or 5 hours in the fridge, maybe have a cup of coffee, maybe chat with some friends, right? So we're gonna put them in the fridge, and then when we come back, they're going to be ready to be baked.
What's one app you can't live without?
Jet, the scooter app, that's the one that I can't live without. I ride those things everywhere.
What's something you have changed your mind about recently?
I, as my colleagues can tell you, very, very rarely change my mind. So, nothing.
What's your biggest fear?
I would say the crippling anxiety that comes from making a decision. Actually, wait, no, it's horses.
What does success look like to you now versus 5 years ago?
I don't know. I think 5 years ago, I didn't really have a good understanding of what success is or what I wanted. And I think now what I realize is that success doesn't have as much to do with my professional career and a lot more to do with my interpersonal relationships. So friends, family, my girlfriend, that sort of thing. I think that having healthy, fulfilling relationships in that respect is much more important to me in terms of success.
What's a movie everyone loves but you just don't get it?
Okay, so I have 2 things. I have a movie and I have a TV show. Firstly, I'm going to give the movie take because it's less spicy. So movie take 1917, it was this World War I movie that came out a few years ago. Technically really impressive, but I found it to be kind of dull and predictable. So that's the movie take. TV show take. I don't like Friends. Everybody loves Friends, and I just don't think it's very funny. I find the characters annoying and their lives very, very unrealistic. So Friends fans out there, I'm sorry, but I'm not one of you.
Would you rather live in a cabin in the mountains or a loft in the city?
You know, cabin in the mountains sounds pretty nice right about now, but I think I would go crazy. So, loft in the city.
Would you rather be able to speak every language or play every instrument?
Speak every language, not even a question. I can barely speak English, but I'd love to speak every language.
Which Ukrainian artist or band do you think more people should listen to?
Daka Braka. I think Daka Braka is super cool, and I think what they do with traditional music and making it into something modern, I think they should be more popular. All right, now our cookies are ready to be baked, almost. Just make sure, I don't know if you guys can see those. We've got birthday cake cookies, and we've got peanut butter and jelly cookies. We also have matcha white chocolate chip cookies and regular classic chocolate chip cookies. So they're almost ready to be baked, but before they go into the oven, we have to say very nice things to them because they get a little bit self-conscious. They're in this uncooked, unbaked form. We just need to tell them that we love them and that everything is going to be okay. Cookies, I love you. Before you go into the oven, we're going to put you in the freezer for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then afterwards, we're going to put you guys into the oven and you're going to come out and you're going to be beautiful, warm, tasty, delicious Crumbl cookies. Check these out. We've got 4 different delicious flavors and we're about to try them. You ready?
Yeah. Which one do you want to try first?
Ooh, I'm going to start with the peanut butter and jelly.
Okay, I'm going to start with matcha.
All right. Cheers. I would give that a solid 8.5 out of 10. In combination of the fresh Ukrainian jelly mixed with the fresh American peanut butter, it just is an explosion of flavor. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, birthday cake. 7.5 out of 10.
Chocolate chips left?
7 out of 10. Needs more chocolate chips. Do you want to try the matcha? Why do people like matcha? It tastes like seaweed. This is a seaweed white chocolate chip cookie. Thank you so much for joining us on our first episode of Cooking with Charlie. This has been amazing. Join us eventually if we do another episode and try these Crumbl cookie recipes at home.